Hello there. These are the colors that we're going to be using today. Primary yellow, Camion orange hue, Pyrrole red, and primary cyan. I was talking with a friend about color selection, and I was telling her that sometimes if you don't know what colors to use, you can look at a photograph that you like and extract the colors from there. And I told her that I have a video, and I'm going to put the link at the top of the screen that talks about that and shows you in the description for the video several links that you can use. I watched the video, and I did this video in 2017, and I noticed that I was having so much fun with the torching that I over-torched that piece, and it was actually gorgeous before the torching, and I just messed it up with the torching. It looks pretty, but it was gorgeous before the torching. So go watch the video and you'll see what I mean. And it is very helpful because it shows you some links that you can use. So I really like the medium that I was using back then, so I decided to use that medium, but I stopped using that medium because it was too liquid. So what I'm gonna do today, I'm gonna adjust that medium by putting some glue to it. So the medium that I was using was 2 parts of Liquitex pouring medium, 1 part of the XIM latex extender, and that was what I was using, but it was too liquid. So today I'm gonna add Elmer's glue all. So I have a small amount of paint in the cups because these are 7 ounces cup, but I'm putting a small amount. I didn't want to waste my paint in testing something, and I'm gonna do a small 8x8 canvas. So I put the medium in here, and I want to show you what I'm gonna do before I start, because it probably doesn't mix too well inside there by just doing this. So I have a wooden stick that I'm just going to use to mix it like this. And make sure that has mixed in there. Okay. And another tip is make sure that you clean completely this before you close it, because otherwise you will not be able to open it again. That happens to me many times, so I'm giving you a tip. That Liquitex pouring medium dried very hard, so it will not let you open it if you do not clean it. So now, just going to put a small amount, so about the same amount of medium as paint. So I'm just going to cover the top with this, covering the top with this, and that will be about the same amount. And I have noticed that the DecoArt premium paints, they're very transparent paints, and they do not do well with water. So do not add water to your mixes in here. That's my recommendation. So let's see, we're going to mix this very well. And for the white, I'm just going to use some Artist Loft Flow Acrylic White. I'm gonna bring that in a minute, but I want to show you what I do for my mixes. So now you have to mix this very well in here. And I'm telling you, I told you not to put water, so I don't have water in my mix. And I believe this is about how it has to be. It is very fluid. It makes a mountain at the end, and that mountain disappears. And I just add 1 part of paint and 1 part of that medium. Let me show you another color because sometimes yellow is hard to see. So let's do this one. And this one, this color seems to be more lumpy than the other. So you have to mix it well. And it is also thicker than the other. So this one needs a tiny bit more than the yellow. So not all colors are the same. Remember, you're not adding water, you just add a tiny bit more of that medium. And it is almost there, but it needs a tiny bit more. Because it has to run easily from the stick. And once it hit the bottom, it starts making a mountain, but the mountain doesn't last too long in there. And I like the cups that have the ridges because it helps me eliminate any lump. I believe it is there. So I'm gonna leave this one too. Show you the red too because I don't know which color you're gonna see better. So it is very runny, but if you see, it doesn't stay too long. Let me see. I hope you can see it. Okay, so for the yellow and the blue, it was the same amount of medium paint. But for the orange and the red, I had to add a tiny bit more of the medium. And now I have about maybe 1.5 ounces of paint. I'm just gonna put a drop of the spot on all of the colors and none of the white, and I still have to mix the white. Didn't want to forget to put the oil because sometimes when I'm mixing a lot of colors I forget to put the silicone, and I did a clog that I wanted with cells but it didn't have cells, but I'm gonna resin it anyway and see what happens. Somebody might like it. So I'm gonna bring the white and we're gonna start. Wow, it's dancing, dancing, dancing. want to over torch. Oh, I didn't want to lose that blue, but I had to. Was not expecting to have all this brown. And I don't like that it has a line in there. So let's just extend the and pour all that out. That way we can check how well they stretch. I was not trying to make something looking folly, but this one it is. The cells are wonderful because it has lines and you have paint inside, so they are pretty cells. It's not a bad medium. I was combining all the blue with all the colors on purpose, so that's why I got all this brown. Maybe making them bigger, tiny bit bigger. And that white one can go to the edge. You should see what happens with the white one. Now it has something inside. I think it is a great pouring mix. I think I have something in there, but I don't want to lose that pretty cell that I have in there. I'm just gonna let it be. I have to see it, even creating cells inside the cup. So I'm just gonna torch in here. Maybe small cells in there. Let's put some in there. like that it's dots, dots. So, let's see. I'm gonna move it a tiny bit because you torch, you have to move if you want them bigger. Those dots. dot. Dots. Maybe we can lose that corner. Don't want to lose that pretty cell in there. I was looking for my tiny sticks and they were in the floor. There's a bump of painting here. Okay, so let's move this a tiny bit to this side. Not moving anymore. It's not moving anymore. How funny is that? Oh well. It's gonna stay that way. I like the cells. I don't like those dots, but to be continued, dot. I'm gonna use it again. Maybe I don't get those dots. You cannot torch a second time with this medium. I was not looking for a fall piece, but I got a fall piece and I'm so happy because I wanted to do a fall piece, but when I used these colors, I was not thinking I was gonna get a fall piece. And the cells are so pretty, very beautiful. And this is also a gesso board that will be resined. Look at that cell, it's so cute. And that one, cute. And you know, we are filming this inside, and it is at night. It's not good lighting. It looks even prettier. So I'm gonna put a photograph. After this, I'm gonna put a photograph so you can see how it really looks. I want you to see up close. Cells have rings around them. It's very pretty. Okay, thank you.